The content in this magazine could contain references of topics and difficult subject matter that may be triggering. Please honor yourself, inner knowing, and proceed with whatever help or guidance you feel is intuitively aligned. Welcome to Sovereign Magazine Podcast. I'm Nicole George, CEO and founder of Sovereign. I'm so happy you are here. We are the magazine podcast and community guiding 5 million women to their sovereign selves. From heart-led conversations to magical meditations, our inspiring guests will show you how they can help you step into your sovereign self. Are you ready to listen to your inner voice and step into your power? Then keep listening to hear all of the intuitive messages meant for you today. So today I have the privilege of reconnecting with Anna Widmann, one of our amazing contributors. She is a spiritual mindset coach who helps women reconnect with their true essence. As a former people pleaser and empath, which I can identify with, she knows firsthand how easy it is to put others' needs ahead of your own and lose sight of your personal power. Now she's on a mission to guide women in trusting in themselves, embracing their uniqueness, and sharing their magic with the world. Anna's work is all about tuning inward and living unapologetically. Welcome back, Anna.
Thank you so much. It's so beautiful to be here
I
again.
know. I'm really excited about our topic today, but also our special segment. So, if you're familiar with Steps to Your Sovereign Self, stick around because it's going to be a really good one today. So, we're exploring trusting in life, which is our theme for our September new moon issue. And in your article, Anna, The Beauty of Letting Go, My Journey to Deep Trust, you share how life was shaped by not only fear, but anxiety and a longing for certainty, which I can definitely identify with again. And you revealed that it was not until motherhood that you were invited to fully surrender, that letting go of control really you had to learn this new way of trusting in the unknown of motherhood. And you describe how it wasn't about breaking, but it was really about being cracked open and allowing the universe to guide you towards a more trusting and expansive way of living. And then there became this deep sense of trust that wasn't instant, which I can definitely identify with. And so what ended up happening was things started to be born out of the moments of overwhelm. And even in your darkest times, that's when the profound wisdom came. So for those who haven't read your article yet, maybe you can recap a little bit for them.
Yes, of course. I think it's, for me, in hindsight, the most important takeaway of that part of my journey is really the overwhelm isn't a bad thing. And that's something that I thought for most of my life, as maybe most of us do, is that that's what we don't want. The anxiety, the overwhelm, the frustration, or this feeling of maybe feeling stuck in life. That's something that I think we are conditioned or trained in any way to say like, "Oh, that's not good. If that's happened, that's not a good sign." And what I've experienced, and it took me a while to like really, really embody it, is that it's actually a good thing because you can also see it as a sign of the potential of growth or the amount of light that on a soul level we have access to, and maybe the more human side of us really didn't found the door to enter that. So it's more about a mindset shift, a reframing, than it is about an actual change of the situation. And for me, when I really understood this, not only on a conscious level, which is so easily said, like, oh, it's all about your mindset. If you shift your perspective, things get better. And I think everyone can understand that, but like, do it really, really come to that place where you say, like, oh, that's uncomfortable, but that's good. That really took me quite a while. And when I finally was able, through motherhood and through all the things that kind of came down on me with work, with my partner, with the new baby, with my whole belief system of how I wanted the world to be and how I wanted to move in it, when everything of that was just coming at me and I was so overwhelmed, I finally was able to surrender, to really let myself open up to that instead of, resisting and swimming against a current, and really with this, with this over amount of energy that you need to do so. But I was able through that overwhelm to just say, okay, I cannot anymore. So there's actually no other option than to let go, tend to trust and see what happens then. And the most beautiful things happen. So in hindsight, it's like, why didn't you do it earlier? But that's what I wanted to really make very clear with this article, is that it is about the letting go. It's not so much about the manifestation of the beautiful stuff that happens kind of automatically. It's more about letting go of the old paradigms, really letting go of the old familiar stuff before knowing what comes. And there is so much courage that we need for that. And sometimes I feel it's not that easy to find. But still, that's so beautiful when you finally are able to. And I feel we all come to that place at one point where we need to trust.
Yeah. You were saying we don't always have the courage to be able to do this letting go or trusting. And so when were you able to really soften into this place of uncertainty and have that courage, or even how? Because I can imagine the mom or the woman going, okay, Anna, this all sounds great. And you're telling me it's magical on the other side, but I'm a little scared right now of letting go control, letting go of my grasp on all of this. So you got to be a little more practical with me here, Anna.
I get it. I think it's for me, it's a two-way, street. One part is really, for me at least, or for all the women that I've worked with on this topic, it's about a point where the pressure is so overwhelming that there is not so much other option than to, like, actually break or crack open. And it's about a choosing of the self to crack open. And the practical part of this is I've done a lot of, like, revisioning, like, really small, nothing, big where you need someone, but really with myself to see, like, where in my day did I trust and how did this, like, end up? So a lot of these tiny moments, I was letting go of my need to be punctual, and everything was fine because the other one wasn't punctual too. Like, very, very, very tiny things like this that seem like nothing. But when you add them up on your day, and that's what I did to answer your question, I've built an evening routine where I really honed in on spiritually cleaning myself from the energy of the day and revisiting a lot of what happened during the day to see, like, oh, there was a moment where the universe held me perfectly. There was a moment where I was supported without me doing another thing to get there. There was a moment where I was supported, or where there was help, or where I feel like, oh, I didn't control it, but it went out even more beautiful than I could have ever imagined. And these little moments added up to a point where I thought, like, okay, even if I don't control everything, I'm supported. And I felt it rather than understood it. And that was, I think, what took me so much time, is that's a nitty-gritty work that we can often get distracted from, but it's so profound if we do.
What the Feminine, a show designed to show the world how to have crucial conversations and still possess conscious choice, remain curious, and be considerate of others' opinions, beliefs, and ideologies. In every episode, we go where most avoid, navigating nuance, honoring differences, and embodying the healthy feminine and masculine as the gateway to global healing. This is not about sides. This is about sovereignty, and you're invited to witness it all. Watch the live recordings exclusively in Sovereign Community, where the conversation begins with you. Yeah, you said you felt it, and I want to go there. So, we're going to move into our steps to our sovereign self here because the feelings are all in our nervous system. And today, you're going to be doing some somatic energy work with us around our nervous system and how to perhaps relax us into a state where we can begin to trust. Because what we were talking about before we got on here was how we are often in fight or flight or just trying to get that next thing done or kind of a more anxious state. And we need to tell our bodies we're safe. And so, for anyone who is like, I don't even know how to surrender, this is going to be a great beginning tool and you can do it day after day after day, of reminding your nervous system that you're safe. So, go ahead and take it away, Anna, for us.
We are doing something with our hands, so have your hands free. And we start by taking a really slow and deep breath in through the nose until you can't breathe in anymore, and then let go with a sigh. And then I invite you to put both of your hands on your heart chakra, on your chest, and really use some pressure so that you really feel the weight of your hands on your chest without any pain, of course, but really put some pressure there with both of your hands and start moving your hands in a clockwise motion, slightly massaging your chest, really honing in on the sensation, how you feel the pressure of your hands on your chest, how the weight feels, how the movement calms you down. You maybe feel more grounded. And then we start speaking to ourselves about how we want to feel. So, what I love using is I am safe. I am held. I'm always supported by the universe. You can do the clockwise motion in your rhythm, your breathing pattern. Just keep continuing it and repeat with me. I am safe. There is nothing that can go wrong. I am supported all the way through every minute of my day. I'm never too late, never too early. I'm never too much or not enough. I am always at the perfect moment, the perfect energy. There is nothing to change, but everything to experience. And I can trust myself. I can trust my guidance. I can trust the universe. I can trust life, that it supports me all throughout my day. And take a deep breath in again. Soften your hands, maybe let them still rest on your chest, and breathe slowly and deeply. And feel into your body how you feel now after this very short exercise. If you feel a change in your energy, maybe a dropping of the shoulders, a relaxation, or sense of inner peace, or of just slowing down and not so much more need to hurry, to control, to get to the next thing. Feel the difference between before and after the exercise. And really put your focus on remembering how good it feels to feel in control with yourself, not with life, but with yourself, so that you can come back to this exercise whenever you feel like rushing or insecurity is coming up, or you feel the need to control something that might be very well beyond your power at the moment. Whenever you feel ready, open your eyes and come back.
Oh, wow. Well, I always do this while our contributors are speaking. I always close my eyes and I do whatever we're doing. And so when we first started, my body felt like that outside of like maybe an orange or like a lemon, like kind of really firm. And as we finished, it was more like Play-Doh. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, I'm kind of squishy.
That's amazing. I love to hear that. It's softening so much, and,
Yeah.
it's just such a little amount of time, and that's what I really love. We took maybe 2.5 minutes for that, and you feel so much change even in a setting like this, you know? Imagine you do that on your sofa when nobody's watching. For me, that was such a profound experience, how fast we can really help ourselves without needing to go somewhere or to see some specialist, but really the power of soothing ourselves.
Yeah, and it felt really good to connect in with my body because I didn't even know that I was that tense there, and so just really feeling my body and touching my body and telling her it was safe, I mean, I could feel the difference immediately. So, for anyone who is experiencing the lack of certainty or the difficulty of trying to connect in with trust and surrender and all of these things, you can definitely use this somatic practice as often as you need to soften into the uncertainty and the unknown and tell your body it's safe. So don't you worry, you can connect with Anna in our community.sovereign-magazine.com. All her details are in the show notes, so you can connect with her on all the socials as well. And I'm just super excited. She's going to be back for more. So don't you worry. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for this wonderful space. It was very, very lovely as always.
Oh, yes. Can't wait
Thank
for
you.
more. Thanks for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with another soul led entrepreneur here to help you step into your sovereign self. Subscribe to our magazine and podcast and join our global community for all the magic. Details to connect with today's guest or join the movement are in the show notes. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review. It helps us reach our goal of guiding 5 million women to self-sovereignty.